Your fear of looking weird or stupid is actually ruining your life. You feel as if out of the billions of people on this planet, that one person's judgment controls your perception. And the reason for that is because you let it. I'm sure you guys have been out and about, you guys have been with some friends, and you see a girl who's exactly your type. But what happens usually? You start thinking in your head,
oh, what if she finds me weird? What if she doesn't think I'm attractive? What if I come off creepy? What if I come off looking stupid?
This is a very easy and fixable problem that I'm going to fix by the end of this video today. If you're a man from the age range of 18 to 34, more than likely than not, there's a consistent thought in your head about what if I look stupid, I look weird, it doesn't work. That's consistently paralyzing you. We'll recognize the fear for what it is. It's social anxiety. It's dating anxiety. That's what psychologists call it. And the craziest thing is that this does more damage to your life than rejection could ever do to your life. I'm not just talking about rejection of women. I'm talking about rejection of your goals, your dreams, your friends and families. You're consistently in your own mind instead of being in the moment with those people. First major principle you have to learn in order to win this battle is understanding that rejection is universal. It's not the verdict of your value as a man. This doesn't determine who you are if you get rejected by somebody. But I think with social media, it has amplified our anxiety, our fear of rejection. It has made us almost scared of trying. No matter who you are on this planet, you're gonna get rejected. You're gonna get told no. You're gonna be put in the back room. You're gonna get done dirty. It's part of life. No matter who you think you are, whether you're fucking Drake, whoever you think you wanna be, you're gonna deal with that motherfucking shit. And don't get me wrong. Rejection does feel bad a lot of times. It does make you want to quit. It does make you want to stop when you're new at it, right? But once you come to really start doing it more often, you really start understanding who you are as a man, you start really seeing how the dating world works, you realize that 99.99% of the time, the girl's rejecting you because of something that has nothing to do with you. Whether it be her preference, whether it be the fact she has a boyfriend, whether the fact that it be she's, the timing's wrong. I'm telling you, more times than not, if you've done the work, you've looked smacks, you went to the gym, you got your finances right, you're trying to become the best man, more times than not, it has nothing to do with you. So don't internalize the pain and try to make it seem like it's something you can control. But now if you made a bad approach, okay, so what? There's a million other girls out here for you. Don't take that shit personal at all, bro. And here's a huge point you can't afford to miss. When it comes to rejection, a lot of times we're so caught up in the idea of that you must approach a girl and succeed. I made a video a few weeks ago talking about how your value as a man is not correlated to your dating experience. Realize one thing, as a man, the only real value you have is what your ethics are and what you've created for yourself. Anything besides that is almost pointless. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. I've approached thousands of women, and I've also been rejected by thousands of women. Whether it be right there on the spot, whether it be right through a text, whether it be long term after we're dating, I've been rejected so much in my life that it really doesn't faze me the same way it would faze me when I first started. But because you guys don't have enough experience, you internalize it. You think it's something wrong with you. And it's very easy to do that when you start romanticizing women. And what I mean by romanticizing women is that you guys put way too much expectations on a situation with a girl. Let's say you go meet a girl, right? And let's say you meet her at your school, you meet her at a job. You start thinking like, wow, me and this girl really connect. She's really attractive. She seems like she's into me. And then we try to make something happen. It doesn't fall through. That rejection right there is going to feel way worse than any random rejection because you're putting expectations on a situation that has not granted it yet. From now on, when it comes to rejection, you just stop looking at outcomes and start worrying about behaviors. If you focus on doing the right things, you focus on saying the right things, you focus on being your genuine true self, and you're not trying to be fucking goofy or weird or trying to do a pickup line. Now, truly understanding rejection is a huge piece, but if you miss out on number 2, none of this shit matters. This is why a woman's opinion should have no value in your life when it comes to who you are when you approach her. Being a man is such a different reality than being a woman. Being a man, you have to face rejection. You have to consistently put yourself out there. You have to consistently do things you don't want to do every fucking day, and you pretty much are told to deal with it, no matter how you feel, whatever. So if you know this, right, why are you letting a woman who's been pretty much getting handed everything she's wanted without even having to do anything besides look good, why are you letting that? If she was in the same position as you, right, and she's seen a guy she found really attractive, right, do you think she would honestly drop her weights and go up and talk to that guy? Do you really think she would do that? Do you think she would say, oh, sorry to interrupt you, my name is so-and-so, what's your name? You think she's gonna say something like that? You think she's gonna have the audacity to do something like that? Sure, maybe 10% of women, maybe 5% of women in the whole entire planet can do that, sure, whatever, right? It's happened to me one time out of my 10 years of training at the gym. So I don't let somebody who can't do what I do to tell you how to play ball. My thing is, if you're on the sideline, We're not telling me how to play ball. I'm on the court. I'm in the field. So if I'm in the field or I'm on the court, I can give a shit what you think about how I do my thing. Feel me? Because ultimately speaking, your opinion does not control how I'm gonna play the game. If you think I'm weird for coming up to you and saying what I gotta say, then so be it. I'll be weird. Because in my head, I know I'm not weird. I know who I am because I've done put the experience into it. I've done put the work into it. When a girl rejects you, why does it matter to you? You get rejected in public, everyone sees you get rejected. You feel embarrassed. Okay, why do you care so much about what those people think about you when they would have done the same thing you just did? Most people that would be laughing at you are losers, because those same kind of people who would laugh at you would go home to get a fucking dry hand job from their wife. So don't let people who don't live the life you want to live make you feel worse because you're not doing what they're doing. You're not fitting in a box that society made out for you. Realize this, King. If you put in the work, you're doing the right things, God's gonna bless you every fucking time. So for about a month or two, I'm working out at Platinum Fitness. Last week, I seen this girl at my gym, and she been going there kind of frequently, and she's just my type. You know my type if you know my type. I could kind of tell she was floating around me, at least in my head, I thought, right? I like to make up things in my head sometimes because I want to shoot. So eventually I said, you know what? Tomorrow when I come in, I'm going to say what I got to say, and we'll see how it goes. Back on her Instagram, I'm going to follow up with her tomorrow. I'm going to talk to her up in the gym tomorrow, just kind of start building some rapport, and then I'm going to ask her out. So long story short, things are going smooth, and then she kind of hit the cold shoulder on me one day. I'm like, huh? I'm like, that's kind of weird. I said, I thought we were cool. All right, bet. I said, I just messaged her and said, hey, so I hope you're okay. I said, I don't know if you know me, but I want to get a drink with you. I want to get coffee with you soon. She said, no, I'm good. I'm like, cool. And the reason being is because with my future wife, look at an opportunity like me, a guy who's genuine, who walked up to her in the middle of the gym when no one else has. She told me, she said, no one talks to me here. Handsome, not from this small little shit part of town where it's like people are like struggling. I'm not gonna be funny about it, but people here are not doing good in this part of town of Houston. The only reason I'm because I live in a brand new apartment, as you guys can tell. You think my future wife will be able to see a guy like me, confident, whatever, right? And still be like, he's not good enough yet for me. He's not really my type. He's not good enough for me. That tells you everything I already know. The situation wasn't for me. If it was for me, I wouldn't have to force him. So why do you think I'm gonna put up with anything less? Why do you think I'm gonna value someone's opinion that has no idea what it is? To me, this is how I look at it. Value recognizes value. If you can't see what I have, you can't see what I've achieved, you can't see what I've built for myself, and you don't want to be a part of it, but then it tells you two things. You either have something that you perceive as better than me, or you just don't see value. You just have values in different places. You might value a guy who's willing to crash out for you. I'm not gonna,
please text me, please work. No, I'm not doing all that shit. So like, if you can't recognize who I am, bro, I'm cool off you.
And we finally made it to the most important, best principle of all that will get you over the fear of looking stupid. It's time. Time is a finite resource on this planet. We don't have infinite amount of time to go take risks. We don't have an infinite amount of time to go be this young and be this handsome and get this money and make these videos and do what we gotta do, bro. We don't got this much time to, enjoy life a little bit and you know what I mean? Talking about if you don't get over this fear in the next few months, if you don't watch this video 10 times, you don't fucking get over this fear of looking stupid or looking weird, the next 10 years is gonna be the exact same thing you're going through today. You're gonna consistently feel this way. You're gonna consistently not make choices that you should be taking. You're not gonna shoot your shot. You're gonna see that girl over and over and over again until she just disappears one day and gets married, and you're just sitting there by yourself with your fucking dick in your hand. And 10 years from now, you're either gonna be living alone, by yourself, lonely, or you're living at your mom's house, sad and depressed. Either you're gonna become a man and grab your nuts and say what you gotta say, or you're gonna lose. That's the scary thing about life, bro. Either you're gonna win or you're gonna lose. So I'm willing to die trying. I'm willing to look stupid. I'm willing to be dumb. I'm willing to look weird, because my thing is, I know this is not gonna be forever. And I know that if I take that risk, there's an opportunity behind the books. If I take that risk and I make that bold move and I say what I gotta say, right? There's two things that are gonna happen. I'm gonna get rejected, or I'm gonna open up a new whole chapter to my life. And the whole chapter that I'm about to open up might be everything I've been praying for, everything I'm wishing for, everything I've been trying to get after since I've been fucking like an 18-year-old. So for me, it's like, I almost feel thrilled when I see an opportunity that presents itself, like seeing a bad chick that I want to talk to. This is the last thing I'm gonna say before I get out this video. So recently, Jason Tatum posted day 45. This shit sucks when it comes to the Achilles injury, right? A lot of people were saying, oh my God, time is going by so fast. Oh my God, what's going on? But things are just changing so fast. And I'm thinking in my head, it's 45 days ago, that's it? I feel like that shit happened in the beginning of March because so much has happened in my life from 45 days ago. I was just in a different headspace. I was still kind of healing from my ex. There's just a lot of shit going on 45 days ago. And so I told the dude, someone mentioned me, he's like, oh, you're wrong. The time's going by fast. I said, no, brother, you're just not living enough. You're just not going out and making enough risks that are memorable. Your memory's fucked because you're doing the same thing over and over again. A lot of you guys right now are living the same days over and over and over again, where you just eat something else differently for the day. And that's if you decide to switch your daily routine. Recognize that if you want to slow down time, you want to make life matter, you gotta take risks. Stop being scared of what a girl thinks about you. If you're weird, you're gonna come off weird. But if you know in your heart you're not fucking weird, then fuck everybody else. And before you guys leave, make sure you watch this video right here. This is probably one of my most important videos I've made in the past 6 months. It talks about how your value as a man isn't tied to dating directly. Again, it's behaviors over outcomes all throughout the rest of this decade. Out of here, boys. Peace.